Hey guys, welcome back to Jimmy Rig. This week we're going to winterize our jet skis. We just picked these up, me and my son. We each bought one. They came with a two-thing trailer, and now it's time to winterize them. We rode them maybe twice. Got a really good deal. They're 2005 Seadoo GTX Limited. They do have the supercharger on them, 215 horsepower. So I've already got one set and winterized, so I'm going to show you how I do it. Some things you're going to need. You're going to want some fogging oil. You're going to want some RV marine antifreeze, probably about 4 gallons per jet ski. One thing I picked up that really helps you a lot is if you get one of these transfer pumps from Harbor Freight. They're like $60, $65, something like that, to hook your hoses up to it, and then a spare hose to run the antifreeze through it. You're going to want an antifreeze tester to test your antifreeze just to make sure it's going to be able to withstand the cold winter that it's going to face. And spark plug wrench. This is 5/8 for that, an extension, and also some dielectric grease. And I want some of that, and some Sta-Bil for the fuel stabilizer. So we're going to want to put that in there. So let me show you how you hook this up, and we'll get started on this one. Okay, guys. So let me see if I can get you to see this. There it is. This little intake. My hands are kind of, that little thing my finger's pointing into, that's where we're going to screw the hose into. That's where how you're going to flush the antifreeze into your system. So I got this little green hose that came with the pump, and you're just going to take this end, and I'm going to try to do this with one hand. I might have to push it down, but see that in there, and you're just going to turn it in the hose like that. So hold on as I do this. Okay. So as you can tell, it's hooked in there, screwed in that port, comes all the way down, hooks into my transfer pump, and then this goes into the bucket and with antifreeze. So we're going to fill that up with some more antifreeze. Okay, so I got 3.5 gallons, 4 gallons, almost to the top here, about 4 gallons I think, of antifreeze. What I'm going to do is I got it plugged in. I'm just going to make sure the pump is primed, start pushing some up in there before I turn the jet ski on. We see some water kicking out already, and we already start seeing some pink kick on. So now I'm going to go get the key for the jet ski. Got a little leaker here. We'll make sure this is tight. It's tight. You can hear the water in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the jet ski on, but we're going to plug the pump in first because we don't want it to run without any water going through it. We got to do this kind of quick. We're going to let it run till that bucket's almost empty. Make sure we got all the regular water out and got all the antifreeze in. And that should be good for that. And it's okay if it falls on the ground. We'll just spray the hose out afterwards, or the thing with it. So we got the antifreeze done. We can disconnect that and put that away. Both of them have antifreeze in them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull the plugs and spray the fogging oil into the pistons, just so they don't get pitted or anything during the winter. You can't really get to the intake on these because they're supercharged, and they got to take all that off. I couldn't really find a good place to spray that in there, so we'll spray each cylinder. The plugs are new. We just bought these jet skis, like I said, and the other owners had put new plugs, did the oil changes in them early in the spring, and they maybe did one ride with it. When we bought them, I did taken them out twice, and that's it. It's gotten cold weather now, so even though it's kind of a nice day today, the nights are getting really cold, and so the plugs are really fresh in them. I did that one over there. The plugs are brand spanking new, hardly have any marking on them at all. Oil is perfect, so we're going to just do this side and be done. So let's get that set up, and we'll start doing that. Okay, I'm going to pull the dipstick. Oil is good and clean. just pop this cover off. And right here's your coils and your plugs. Get my spark plug wrench. And what I do is just pinch this wire, this clip here, and this will slide off the coil. And then we're going to pull the coil off. They do stick on there pretty good. Okay. Now I use the coil to get them out of there. Tell they're brand new. Okay, so I want to get my Staybell fogging oil. Spray that down in there. And we're going to slide the plug back in. And just when they come snug, just about a half turn, and that's about it. Now, what I like to do is, I'm going to take some of this dielectric grease that I have. I'm going to put a little dab just on the tip of that, right there. Just spin that around once. And then make sure she's on there nice and tight. Put the coil back on. And that's the first plug done. So we're going to do the next ones, and then we'll test the antifreeze. All right, that's the last one in there. Another thing we got to do is, I don't know if you can see that battery. Let me get a Phillips head screwdriver, and we'll disconnect that battery. Now, the last thing we have left to do, let me just get this baby to scan up here, is we're going to take this antifreeze off, and we're going to see what it's tested for. The other one was tested perfect. Right now it's at the top at freezing point of a -45, and then my boil over is at 131. So we got a good mixture in there. We shouldn't have to worry about it freezing at all. So we should be good there. Okay, so one thing before we disconnect the battery. So I reconnected it back up because I forgot. After you spray the oil in the cylinders, you want to hold your throttle down all the way and then just crank the motor a couple times to get the oil to go up and down and coat the cylinders. Just a couple times. You don't need to run it a lot. All right. Let's put the top back on, redisconnect the battery again, and we should be good to go. Okay, so these came with GPSs, so I make sure I take the batteries out of them in the back and put them back in the box so that the batteries don't explode during the winter in the thing. I also get some dryer sheets. I use these in my camper too, and I put them throughout here just to keep any rodents from getting in it. But this is a pretty sealed box. It's on the front, so that should be good. So we got gas in there. Now we're just gonna put the tarps on and get them tarped up, then take them out back and park them where they're gonna stay for the winter. Sad. I like summer. I hate to see winter come, but it's coming, whether you like it or not. All right, so these are a little bit of a pain to get on. The fronts of them are right here. It usually helps if you have a couple people with you. The hardest part is getting over these steering wheels. See? See, aren't these frustrating? There, got one on. Get the other one. You don't need to be watching me struggle again. All right, there they are, all tucked away, ready for bed for winter. All I'm gonna left to do is I'm gonna go buy some tarps and just cover both of them with a tarp and make a canopy over it, like to keep the snow and stuff from getting on the cover. But they should be fine just the way they are. But I just want a little extra protection, put a cover on it. All right, I hope you liked this week's video. It was short and sweet. We have probably 3-part the next couple of weeks that I come out. I'll be winterizing my boat next, and then the camper. So we got some work to do before the snow starts flying and it gets cold here. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.